You are everything and more. You are the treasure inside of me. In you.
Efile Emma Yikuro, Wells Radio, 89.3 FM. Nibe Gongon Lewa.
Tired of listening to the same old content? Tune in to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, the only radio other radio stations listen to.
All right, it's a beautiful Monday morning. Today, the 13th day of April 2026. My name is Kunle Olowu, and of course, you are on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio located here in the heart of Oluyole in the city of Ibadan. You're welcome once again to another edition of Perspectives Unlimited. And yes, we will be talking about the major points of our dailies this morning. And I would like to remind you that we are not the bearer of bad news. We are just giving you the stories as we see them on the front page of our dailies. And this is just so that we can know what is going on and we can lend our own quota in making sure that our country, Nigeria, is a place that we will be proud of. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio this morning. I'm with Chukwu Emeka Monachisom, who is going to be our analyst this morning. Before we delve into the newspapers this morning, I would like to say that as Nigerians, when we hear this story, it is not to make us feel bad. It is not to make us feel that there is no hope in this country again. It is just for us to understand what is going on and know where our power is and what exactly we can do to ensure that we make this country better. And what I mean by what we can do, it can be by, just a simple act of friendliness, or maybe it's just by you getting your voter's card, just so that we put the right people in government. So don't see us as bearer of bad news, but of course, we are here to do our job. Chukwemeka, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I hope you had a fantastic weekend.
By God's special grace, I always live one day at a time. When you live your life believing that it may be the last, you have to be careful the way you live.
Yes,
so I'm always very careful.
Yes, and I pray that God will continue to guide and protect us all, especially our family and loved ones. So now let us go straight into the front page of the dailies this morning. I have three newspapers that we'll be looking at. We have the Vanguard, we have the Guardian, and we also have the Nigerian Tribune. So let us start quickly with the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. The largest caption, Bono Yobe border airstrike. Why we struck, that is according to the military. And their writer stories to investigate reports of civilian casualties. Zulum backs military, says market closed 5 years ago. And that story is on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Moving on to other stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. ADC crisis, Supreme Court hears David Mark's appeal tomorrow. Rider, party insists on holding convention tomorrow. Updates committee list. That story is on page 22 and 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. Still on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, Olubadan Makinde faults Fayose on alleged dethronement plot. That story is on page 2. And moving on to other story, fears of wider Middle East war rises as U.S. threatens blockade of Straits of Hormuz. That story is on page 7. And still on page 7 on the front page of the Tribune this morning, sleeping with pillows may help lower high internal eye pressure. That's medical for those who would be interested in that story, is on page 7. And on page 24, Olowu Asim declares global silence on endless killing in Nigeria. And on page 5, experts expresses concern as housing crisis deepens. And that is all we have on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Moving quickly to the front page of The Guardian. The largest caption on the front page of The Guardian reads, Nigeria faces physical inflation strain as market bets on $100 oil rally. That story is on page 6. And the other stories on page 3, crisis hits ADC in states ahead of May 12 ESCO's inauguration. And on page 19, FG final stage of 2026-2030 development plan. And on page 3, Tinubu adopting Abacha's approach to compromise democracy, says Tambuwa. Still on the front page of The Guardian this morning, in a landmark ruling, Supreme Court affirms receiving limitations in Negdon's Nest Oil 1.3 billion dispute. That story continues on page 35 of The Guardian this morning. And still on The Guardian, failing air traffic system missing 2.9 billion worry stakeholders. That's according to the SERAP, and that story is on page 5. Geely airstrike targets outrage as death toll raises from 40 to above 50. And the military will order probe. That story is on page 6. And engineers warn of earthquake threats in Lagos, Ibadan, Benin, Abeokuta. That story is on page 7. Moving to the front page of The Guardian, of Vanguard, this morning. The largest caption, debt pressure mounts, FG borrows 8.1 trillion naira in 2026. Other stories, 1,100 abducted in northern Nigeria within 3 months. That story is on page 38. And the debt pressure story is on page 11, if you're interested in that. Doesn't fear dead as NAF probe Bono Yobe airstrike. That story is on page 6 of the Vanguard this morning. Two-Face Laolu Benjo, others said to electrify Personality of the Year award. That story is on page 8. Livestock Development Minister leads discussion panel at Vanguard Economic Discourse. That story is on page 12. And on page 5, mixed reaction as FG cuts import duties on pharmaceutical products, rice, cars, and others. And on page 38, Kwakwanso explains rejecting 80%, settling for 60% in ADC deal. And that story is on page 38 of the Vanguard this morning. Okay, so moving into the analysis of the story now. You are welcome again, Mr. Monachisom. on the perspective. We'll get a hang of that. We'll get a hang of that. We'll get a hang of that. So I think the most prominent story here that we are seeing in all of the dailies, even including the Punch, which we don't have here at the moment, is the story of bombing, if I may say, that happened in Yobe and Borno border. That's the Jilil markets. We've been hearing conflicting reports. People saying civilian casualties have gone up from about 30 that was reported yesterday to about 60 as at this morning. And we are also hearing other reports about the military saying that there is no wrongdoing in that airstrike. And it is beginning to get a little bit confusing as at what is really going on. Is this market really a civilian market, or is it a hub of a terrorist, like the military has actually said? How can we get the facts about this?
See, Kunle, I'm not interested in the figures that lost their lives. Why must it happen after incessant accidental bombing by Nigerian Air Force? Go and check the history of their bombing people accidentally. And it kept on happening. And this may not be the last. It's not about the people, human beings died. Wasted. People who went to look for what they will eat. Fathers, mothers, children went to where they are selling animals. And you bombed them. This is not the first. This is not the last. This is not the second. This is not the third. Go and Google the history of accidental bombing in Nigeria. And you begin to ask yourself, what kind of training do they give to these people? Because if this thing should happen in a country that is normal, you think this story they're saying, justification, we justify, or we do this, you think this is what we'll be talking about. Heads we roll. Because you are wasting lives. For what purpose? You are not saying you are justifying that this is this. They will come up with a lot of stories. They will cook up a lot of things. I don't believe in their narrative.
But I totally understand where you're coming from. But we also have to look at all of these things in different angles.
Like which
angle?
Now,
for example, Zulum actually said that market has been closed 5 years ago. And if we can recall that even in January...
Where that market has been closed 1 million years ago, who are those in that market? Are they terrorists or Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians? That's the question. That's the question. Zulum is just playing to the gallery. In fact, because they know that at the end of the day, nothing will happen. This one, they said they will order as a probe. Many probes that have been ordered, who did they bring back any life? This country has been messed up, honestly speaking. Imagine civilians dying like flies. This is not the first time NAF is bombing people accidentally. This is not the second time. This is not the third time. This is not the fourth time. Go and check the history of their accidental bombing of civilian spaces in the name of they are pursuing terrorists. If they know, is it that they have eye problem, that the pilots are not seeing very well? What is actually the problem? Is it the training? I don't understand. But if we are normal as a country, do you think that loss of lives, that we are going to register this incessant loss of lives of innocent Nigerians? Every time they go, let them stop pursuing terrorists if we are going to lose our people. What's the problem? I'm not from Borno or as Yoruba, but they are Nigerians. They are human beings. So why should the history of accidental bombing be attached to Nigerian Air Force? Why?
Okay, so
who is heading that? Who is heading that sector? What kind of training do they give their pilots? How can they come and be telling us that that market has been closed 1 million years ago? And so what? People that are they Nigerians or terrorists? That's the question. So
that is what we are yet to find out, because according to the reports, the military actually said that they are defending this airstrike. And according to what the statement they put out on the Punch this morning, said the Nigerian military has defended an airstrike on Jili village market near the Borno-Yobe border, calling the target a terrorist enclave as public anger grows over reported civilian casualties. The strike carried out on Saturday under the Operation Hidden Kai had sparked widespread backlash, with local authorities, political leaders, and right groups condemning the incidents amid conflicting accounts of casualties. Now, local sources reported that the death toll at over 40 civilians, while other reports indicated that the figures could be significantly higher, reflecting ongoing confusion and lack of consensus over the exact number. But in a statement on Sunday by the media information officer of the Northeast Joint Task Force, that's Operation Hidden Kai, that's Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, said the operation followed sustained intelligence surveillance and renaissance mission that's tracked the movement of suspected terrorists, including motorcycles and gun trucks, converging on that area. Now, he said, and I quote, the airstrike component of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hidden Kai, in a carefully well-coordinated, planned, and intelligent-driven operation, was successfully conducted on a precise airstrike on a known terrorist enclave and logistic hub located near the abandoned village of Jili and Gubio local government area. And talking about this Gubio, for example, now, we know that in January 2026, there were troops moving from that same Gubio towards Damascus, and they came under attack where even 8 soldiers were lost. These are soldiers too. They are human beings. They have families. So I'm just saying that if this Gubio, Jilil area, the market has been closed over 5 years, if it is known to be a notorious area, how are we so certain that this, would they not say it is just collateral damage? Maybe some of the casualties are innocent civilians. But how are we so sure that the majority of them are not terrorists?
Let me tell you something, Kunle. All this grammar, all this thing they are saying is just to justify their mistake.
To justify the mistake.
Yes, and
you still stand on it.
I stand on what I'm saying,
Okay,
and that's why we will never see the end of this thing. Look at what is happening between Iran, America, and Israel. Do you think that given that America cannot take out Iran in just a week, but they are mindful of where they are dropping the bombs? How many civilians, if they are to truly fight Iran, do you think that war would have been over us by this time? But they are careful where they throw the bombs. This thing is intelligence failure on the side of Nigerian Air Force. The ones they bombed the other time and came out to say, "Oh, we are sorry," have they brought back those lives? You see, we cannot justify killing of innocent people in the name that you are pursuing terrorists. Even if there are 100 terrorists and you kill one civilian, innocent person, you are still not. You are still going to account for that person. If we are a normal country, how can you justify killing of scores of Nigerians and you say that place is a hub of terrorists? Is there no way for you to make sure that we don't have casualties? We are not seeing the last of this thing. We are still going to. This thing is still going to happen. You know, it happened how many months ago? It happened. Still the same Nigerian Air Force, and they came up with all these excuses you are giving now. They are giving. They came up with all manner of grammar, and at the end of the day, they acknowledged that yes, we made a mistake. How long? How long will they continue killing innocent people? These are people that are already living below breadline. People that are already human corpses that are working in Nigeria because of our economic policy that has rendered everybody as a beggar. These people are looking for what they will eat, and yet you are bombing them from the air. What kind of training do they give them? That's my question every time this thing happens. Because it has happened severally. Go and check, go and Google it. You see the history of accidental bombing, and they will come up and say, terrorists, you make use of that place, and that's why we went there to. Is there no way for you to make sure that you don't waste? Because it's better for these terrorists to go free than for you to kill almost how many civilians that are looking for what they will eat? How many times are we going to lose innocent Nigerians in the name that we are pursuing terrorists?
But you said now that it is better for the terrorists to escape than...
Yes, it's better for them to escape than for you to bomb men, women, and children that are looking for what they will eat. That is it. It's better. If I'm a pilot and I see that there's a mix-up, I better come back. I will not drop that bomb. Because you waste the lives of people that are going to look for what they eat, all in the name that you are pursuing terrorists. So if you waste those lives, how many terrorists have been killed? Have they told us? We have not told. But now we are hearing 50 civilians, people who left. These are people that left their homes in the morning. Mama, you are going to market. Yes, I'm going to market. I will come back in the evening. These are men that left their families at home. Let me go and look for what my children will eat, and you bomb them, and you come out to tell us that terrorists have been using that place. So are you saying that they should not go and look for what they will eat? That's the question. So there is no excuse to justify this accidental as a bombing. That is already. Why are the people on the ground, people that are living in that area? Why is there an outrage against what they have done? Why? Because they know that they killed innocent people, instead of them to acknowledge that this is what we have done, and you are justifying it and saying that terrorists used to use the place, and so what? So if kidnappers are passing Ile-Ife Road and innocent people are passing there, you throw a bomb because kidnappers are passing there. That's a lame, jaded excuse. And that goes to show that these people are not properly trained. Not well trained. If they're well trained, they should make sure that innocent people do not get killed in this kind of operation. Yes, that's the way a professional armies will behave all over the world. They will make sure that innocent people do not get. Okay, do they even want them to leave the place? Yes. Okay, Israel.
Yeah, well, they can't do that.
I'm coming. Israel dropped leaflets all over Lebanon. Leaflets telling people to vacate some areas. They should not go there. Anybody that they see in that area, whatever happens to you, you're on your own. People left. Why should you say this? If you are professional enough, that's what you do. So people will leave. Yes, terrorists, but it's better that people leave. You warn them ahead of time before the operation. Not that you go to the market and drop bomb and come and be telling us that the terrorists used to gather there before. What kind of nonsense is that?
Talking about accidental bombings that has happened in Nigeria, we have quite a number of them. We have the Ran IDP camp bombing that happened in January 2017.
IDP camp. Who is in IDP camp? Is it not people that
internally displaced people?
You went there and throw bomb. You will tell us that terrorists have gone to IDP camp. What kind of jaded excuse is that? Because no consequences. People are not punished. People are not. This country is very reckless with lives. Life is so cheap in this country. What kind of as a nonsense? I'm not from Benin. I'm a Nigerian, and the death of any human being is the death of all of us.
Yeah, that's what it should be. That's what it should be. We also have another one at Sakotoku village airstrike. That was in April 2020, as Nigerian Air Force fighter jets targeted that village in Damboa, local government area of Borno State, leading in the death of 17 people, including children. Yes. Also in 2022 December, Mutsumuji village airstrike. This resulted in the death of about 64 civilians.
64 civilians?
Yes, the military operation aimed at targeting armed groups intermittently struck the village. And of course, also in 2017 again, September, Kaduna village bombing mishap. A bomb was allegedly dropped by a military jet on a village in Kaduna State, killing 85 villagers.
It's okay,
yes.
Is a litany.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And now they are still bombing. And they are still coming up with the same excuse.
But there is insurgency in the country. So what do they do?
Look.
You remember even the last, when America came to, I think that was sometime late last year or early this year, when some places were identified to, and the U.S. government actually claimed that they came and they bombed the place. There were civilian casualties too.
No, I'm coming, Kunle. I don't want us to mix it up.
Okay.
When you want to go on bombing mission, you must be very careful.
You have to.
We must make sure that you have enough intelligence to make sure that. I'm not saying that in every bombing you may not have civilian casualties. It may be 1 or 2 people that strayed into the area, not 64, not 50 people, not the number that we're losing. You understand? In a bombing mission, you may have 3 or 5 casualties, civilians that strayed into the area. But that is a very successful operation. You understand? But in an operation where you massacred 60 or 50 people, all in the name of, but you have failed. That is complete intelligence failure. And intelligence is not information. Information is different from intelligence. Information is just that I told you something. It is when you process that information and finds an iota of truth in that information, it becomes intelligence, and you operate in it. I don't know whether they are working on information or intelligence. They are not the same. Because if you are working on intelligence, we can't be having these casualties. We can't. because you'll be guided by intelligence. You'll be guided by you have sieved the information you got to know whether actually these people are they moving from here to here? Where are they going to? But if you are acting on information, you can go and throw bomb in a church yourself. You can go and throw bomb in open market because you are working on information. You are not guided by intelligence. And as far as I'm concerned, this mishap we've been recording, they are guided by information and not intelligence. Because if it's intelligence, we won't have this number of casualties. Go and check where I read books about military operation, where before they take action, they must make sure, because to an average well-trained military officer, they don't want innocent people to die. They don't. They will rather allow the bad boys to go than to kill innocent civilians. That is intelligence. But if they discover that, before they take operation, it will take time. They make sure that the bad boys are where they want them to be. And they will even do a lot of things to make sure that they take them away from the civilian population before they swing into action. But here, information, we just swing into action and waste lives and come to the pages of newspaper and be given excuses because no consequences. If we are a normal country, these people this thing would have stopped a long time ago. But yet, and this may not be the last, they will come up again with another excuse. What kind of country is this? It was during the time of Buhari that this man, Sheikh Bukaroba, terrorists killed a lot of people. I think in Bruno, you have forgotten the place. He said, farmers, he said, those people did not come to take permission from the military.
Permission.
Imagine what somebody is saying. They didn't come to take permission from the military before having access to their farm. This country is sinking.
You are still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio, and the program is Perspective Unlimited. Mona Chisom Chukwuemeka is our analyst, and we are talking about the supposed accidental bombing that happened on Saturday in Borno Yobe border here in Nigeria, killing over 60 people. So still talking about this, Chukwuemeka, in a case where we can say, for example, 60 people are dead, and we can say maybe about 40 terrorists were targeted, would you say that is successful?
Absolute failure. If one civilian got killed, it's still a failure. You killed an innocent person. Kunle, do you know what it means?
But isn't that what they call collateral damage?
No, whether collateral damage or not collateral damage, if you kill an innocent person, that is the problem we have in our country. When you set innocent, when you allow people who have violated the law to go free, and you jail innocent person, that country is sinking. Honestly speaking, there is no way to justify killing 60 people because you are pursuing 40 terrorists. There's no way. It's okay. Can you go and buy something at 30 naira and you sell it at 15 naira? Is it a loss or gain? You have lost. So there's no justification. Justice loses its balance when wrongdoing is allowed to go unpunished. Justice, it loses its balance when wrongdoing is allowed to go unpunished. Because we have allowed this wrongdoing to go unpunished severally, that is why we will not see the end to accidental bombing. If people have been court-martialed, dismissed for accidental bombing, when you fly, before you drop that bomb, you must be very careful where you are dropping it, because you know that if you do anything that is wrong, you kill innocent people. When you come back, you account for it. But because justice is allowed to, there's no balance. Justice loses its balance when wrongdoing is allowed to go unpunished. How long will Nigerians continue to die? Because some people are dropping bombs indiscriminately, dropping bombs anyhow. Kunle, just imagine something is happening. Imagine going to Dubai now. People are buying and selling. Terrorists are driving to Dubai. God forbid, you can't drop a bomb in Dubai. All the women and men that are there are dead. You say you are pursuing what kind of, you say you are pursuing terrorists. How will people react to that news? Well, when these stories filter in, because we are not in the theater of operation, we feel a little bit detached. But Kunle, I am fully, in fact, I sympathize with them because I saw war. I was a child of war. I saw Nigerian civil war. I know what dropping a bomb in a civilian place means. And I know bombs were go on, drop bomb in the church. a drum pump in the market. If that war was fought at this time, Gowon would be tried for crime against humanity.
Yeah, crime
he was
against
dropping
humanity.
bomb in churches. He was dropping bomb in markets, and I narrowly escaped in the market because he dropped a bomb, and I saw a child divided into how many parts? Do you know what it means? So that picture is still in my head. So dropping bomb anyhow indiscriminately is criminality. No matter, you can't justify it.
You're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Perspective Unlimited is the title of the program. And my name is Kunle Olowu. Also with me is Chukwemeka Munachisom, who is our analyst. We'll go on a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll go back to our talking points. Stay tuned.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you're welcome back. You are still on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio station here in the heart of Oluyole in Ibadan. The program is Perspective Unlimited. My name is Kunle Olowu, and I'm here with Chukwuemeka Mona Chisom. We've been talking a lot about the bombings that happened in Borno-Yobe border over the weekend. Whether it is right, maybe too many civilian casualties were involved. Maybe some terrorists were actually targeted. Well, it is left for them to investigate and come out with the result and let us know as citizens of the country. As we go back into the dailies this morning, I would like our listeners at home to participate in the program this morning. And by doing so, you can call the studio on 09168931000. I'll take that number again, 09168931000. You can also call on 091-5333-4893, 091-5333-4893, or 0911-333-893, 0911-333-893. Okay, Chukwuemeka, while we're on break, another story caught my attention. And I think it caught my attention because I like the Nigerian police, personally. I like the Nigerian police and I believe they can do better. So anytime I see any story concerning the Nigerian police and anything that has to do with sensitization and how the citizens should relate and operate with the Nigerian police, I like to discuss it because we've seen so many pictures, even online, where people do all these recordings, where the police will know. We see the way they talk to them. I've seen a particular one where the person recording was the one actually wrong, but he didn't know. He was just still doing it because he felt he's recording and that is the right thing to do. So now on the Nation this morning, there is a story that actually says that the IG has declared war on extortion rights abuse. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has issued a directive to commissioners of police nationwide ordering an end to extortion, illegal checkpoints, harassment of citizens, and other acts of misconduct. He declared that restoring public confidence in the Nigerian police force was a top operational priority. The order was contained in a signal to members of the police management team, including the CPs and other operational commands seen by the Nation newspaper. In the strongly worded marching order, the IGP acknowledged the deep misconduct made nations towards official, describing it as painful. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sir, Ruth calling from Alakia.
All right, you have the floor.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Regarding the NAF airstrike that affected the innocent civilian market, I believe the protection of human life must always come first, and there is no justification for such laws. So all the governors to order a thorough investigation to establish the facts, and our military must be more proactive and responsible next time, because we are tired of losses of innocent life on a daily basis. Good morning.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much for calling. Yes, indeed, we are tired of losing innocent lives. And I think it still boils down to what we're talking about the police, because it is their duty to protect lives and property, especially in the immediate environment. The military has the function of protecting the country as a whole, but then the police is just the immediate community. So how important is this thing that the Inspector General of Police has ordered, that illegal checkpoints and extortion should stop by the Nigerian police?
Kunle, you said something when we are reading that story, that you love police. You see,
they are our friends now.
No, I'm coming. When I was growing up, I had wanted to be a policeman.
Oh yeah,
I had that dream because of the kind of film we are exposed to those days. When we watch
movies,
when we watch American films, and we see how police were relating
police
with
and
people,
thief.
How police were relating with people, not even with the thieves. Because it's a social responsibility. It's a job that that brings you closer to the people.
Yes,
I loved it so much, but I became disinterested when I left secondary school and began to see another side. Because that time I was growing up, all the policemen. I was in primary school. You see them tall, huge. You can't see any short person in police. I was even wondering, I said, are they from the same parents as a child? You see them well kitted, their shoes the same.
Shining.
Belt the same, cap the same. Go and check Nigerian police today. The shoes are not the same. The shirts they are wearing are not the same. The cap they are putting on are not the same. I became disinterested. What happened? We destroyed police. Honestly speaking, if police were to be like those days when I was growing up, in the late 60s, 70s, I would be a police person. Because when you see them, give police people a car today, buy a new car today, and give police. Go and check that car after 2 months. That car will be like something in a mechanic workshop. Why? You begin to wonder, who are we recruiting into police system? How are they trained? When we talk of fall in standard of education, there is massive fall in standard of policing and in standard of recruitment into police personnel. You go there now and you see short people. You go there now and you see people that cannot even run, pot belly. And you begin to wonder, these people are, because when I was growing up, I didn't see them like that. Very smart people. That was what made me to say, I must be a police person. Until I went to my father and I began to ask some questions. My father explained certain things to me. And I began to see the deterioration in policing. I became disinterested. Now, coming to what Jimmy Dusu said, a new broom sweeps well.
Yeah.
What he has said, we have had it millions of times. It's like teaching a rabbit to swim and a snail to run. It's not possible.
So what you're saying is...
I'm coming. He's just adding to what others have done before and nothing happened. It is a systemic failure when it comes to revamping or restructuring police.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Sorry, you have to speak louder. We can hardly hear you. Oh, okay. Aderonke, good morning. You have the floor, please.
Yeah. Every time there is an air strike to combat terrorism, that is when there will be distraction from different quarters
Mm.
in the north to encourage the fight against terrorism.
Hmm.
So the military couldn't data but fought further and remain resilient towards eliminating the enemies of this state, because insurgency, insecurity, and in the order of the day in the country. Things here and here. Citizens' lives are not safe, so they should not relent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Let me tell you something, Kunle. Police began its downward journey under the military.
Under the military?
Yes, especially
Okay.
Babangida era.
Okay. How is that so?
Underfunding of police.
Okay.
Underfunding. Police started deteriorating into what we have today. People buy their uniform by themselves. That's why you have a lot of fake police all over. When they leave, they go with what they bought.
Because it's their property.
It's their property. Go and check the shoe they are wearing. They are not the same. When I was growing up, I was thinking, and if you look at that shoe, you will see your face in the shoe because of the way they are polished. Honestly speaking, ironed, the same belt, the same shoe, the same cap, everything. You go to Calabar, the same thing. You go to Enugu, the same thing. You go to Kanu, all of them are wearing the same thing. What happened along the line? Underfunding. Police was underfunded until today. Go and check where police people are living. I sympathize with them. So you cannot tell them...
Meaning police barracks, yeah?
Yes, you cannot tell them to stop extortion. You cannot tell them to stop harassing civilians. It was in this country, in this Ibadan. A police officer said, when you go to the to checkpoint, don't speak Queen's English, that it makes police people annoyed. Yes, it was a commissioner of police said it in this Ibadan. You know what I'm saying? If police is well taken care of, they will stop extortion.
They will stop extortion.
People are saying, even if you pay police, you ask 1 million, they will still... No! Nobody... Do you know it's degrading to stand at the road junction with your uniform and collecting money from Okada people? It's degrading. So, if police is well taken care of, I'm advocating for their welfare this morning. Police people are not well taken care of. They are not. And that is why what Jimmy Dusu is saying cannot work. Let's be realistic. He tell them not to extort people. I'm not saying that the extortion is good. It is bad. But what gave rise to extortion? What brought about extortion? What makes them to stand by the road and be extorting people?
So what you are saying is we should think about the root cause.
The root cause, address it. Jimmy Disu cannot address it. This administration is not even looking into the area of policing. They are not. And that is why when we talk of state police, states, okay, you can have your call.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Ade from Ibadan.
Ade from Ibadan. You have the floor, Ade from Ibadan.
The problem with the police is not underfunding.
Okay.
It is corruption.
Corruption.
Pure and simple. Corruption.
Okay.
Yes, it's corruption. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Ade says the problem is not underfunding, that it is corruption.
I will tell Ade to go to where police people are living. No human being will live in that kind of environment and be normal.
But I mean, in the same vein, it might still be that they are living there because it's not like the money they have is not enough for them to be. Maybe it is corruption in the sense that the people in the hierarchy are not releasing this fund.
If it is corruption, yes, corruption is involved. I'm not ruling out as corruption.
Okay.
But they are underfunded.
They are underfunded.
Still they are underfunded. Why should a police person be buying his uniform?
Do they still buy uniforms now?
Go and ask them. Go to the street and make inquiries. Okay, Kunle, let me ask you. When you are going home today, look at, if there are 5 police people, look at their shoe. Are they the same? No, look at the belt they are putting on. Are they the same belt? They are not even the color of their uniform because they will buy from different places. If the country is buying that thing for them, sewing it for them, will they not be uniform? Go and check their uniform. Go and check their shoe. I'm telling you a story that when I was growing up, all of them were wearing the same shoe. All of them. The same shoe, the same belt, the same cap, the same everything. They were well funded those days. Go and check. Corruption is involved. I'm not ruling it out. Ade is right. Corruption is involved. But underfunding is equally involved.
So if corruption is one of the problems, would it not be easy to say that even if the budgetary allocation to the Nigerian police increases, how are we so sure that even corruption is still not going to eat it up?
Kunle, like Buhari said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill us.
Will kill us.
Every sector of Nigeria is heavily, flamboyantly corrupted. INEC is corrupted. Everything that we have, which institution in Nigeria today do we have trust in? No one. Banking system corrupted, telecommunication corrupted. That's why you load the card. They will remove immediately what you didn't even use. Every system. That's why I keep advocating that there is need to reset this country, because this trajectory we are working on will destroy us if care is not taken.
Okay, so let us go quickly to another story. The Supreme Court is to hear the case of ADC and PDP crisis suits tomorrow. We know the issues that have been rocking the ADC especially, and now we have the report that the Supreme Court of Nigeria will tomorrow hear separate appeals arising from the leadership dispute in two opposition parties, that's the African Democratic Congress and the People's Democratic Party. The appeal by the embattled ADC National Chairman David Mark is slated for hearing alongside that of the Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, backed fractional leadership of the PDP, led by Taminu Turaki, SAN, both challenging the judgment of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria. So, talking about this, I know there are two different suits, that of Seyi Makinde and that of David Mark of the ADC. What do you think would happen in the Supreme Court tomorrow?
Well, we have a Supreme Court. The case is in court. I don't want to say
talk so much about it. Yes, I totally understand.
You know, but I want to let us understand that in every democracy there is opposition. There is something that Socrates said about the death of democracy. I will read it here. I will. He said, when leaders manipulate democratic processes to gain power, it will ultimately erode the very freedom that democracy is meant to protect. The case is in court. I will not dwell so much on it. But I want to tell you that democracy without opposition is autocracy. And it cannot work in Nigeria. Nigeria is too big for a one-party system and one-man democracy. It can't work here. Abacha tried it. Abacha didn't end well. And this country will never walk the path of one-party system. It can't work.
This country...
If ADC, if the case is not in favor of ADC, another party will come in and Nigerians will... that's when Nigerians will determine. Because what is going on right now is Nigerians versus the party in power. That's what I want to tell you.
Nigeria is not a one-party state.
It can never be a one-party
Nigeria
state.
can never be a one-party state. Words from Chukwuemeka Monachiso.
Anybody being delusional
that
Nigeria will be like Cameroon. Nigeria will be like Equatorial Guinea. That person is having malaria-induced dream. It can't work in this country. Nigeria is too vast. And Nigeria is made up of people who know what. It's not possible. It can't work. I go to bed, I sleep well because I know it can never work.
It can never work. Okay, the thing is still in court, and we would wait till tomorrow to hear the outcome. You can be a part of the conversation by calling 09168931000 or 09153334893 or 091133333893. Perspective is the name of the show, and yes, we are still talking about talking points on the Nigerian dailies. There is a very popular story as well on all of the dailies this morning. It's been brewing since yesterday, and I would just like us to look at it very quickly. He's in Oyo State here. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, yesterday disagreed with the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, over reported plot to dethrone Ladoja. In their separate reactions in Ibadan, the state capital, Makinde and Ladoja, through their media aides, described the reported plots to dethrone the Olubadan as unfounded and baseless rumor. Fayose had on his X handle written that Makinde was plotting to remove Ladoja as the Olubadan of Ibadan land. Now, when I saw this report, it was a little bit confusing for me because I'm thinking from where to where. What's going to happen? Like, he's a traditional ruler. It is ancient. ancient tradition. Like how can the governor just easily dethrone him like that? I know constitutionally, the right is there, but like I said, from where to where, and where is Fayose getting this from?
The right is there, but that is one of the problems we have in our country. The right is there. It is not even okay for a governor to dethrone a
traditional ruler.
Britain gave us their own example. Britain, you have King Charles. Can Prime Minister remove him?
No, King Charles is number one.
No, I'm coming. Can the Prime Minister remove him?
How? No.
But why are they removing? I'm not a traditional as a ruler, but it is wrong. That's one of the things that when we reset this country, we will address.
Our traditional value system.
That's why when we are importing people, before, I'm not a Yoruba person, but I've read a little bit about Yoruba history, that it is Ifa that selects as a monarch.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Salami.
morning.
My brother, well done, yes, sir. You see, for me, Satukwemeka, you have spoken well. You see, I don't know why people are kind of attaching any relevance to whatever power she says. Just like my brother said in the studio, from where to where. Is it far as an Ibadan indigene? It's far as an Ibadan indigene. It's not from Ekiti. People in the Ekiti state, what is standing there?
What is relevant?
I think you understand. Yeah, what is relevant? So Fayose is a paid person. It's just like a Reno Omokri to throw spanner, to cause confusion. In fact, he's jobless. Honestly speaking, I'm saying what I know. Fayose is just a very, I'm trying to kind of choose my words because I'm on air.
Thank you, sir.
I think you understand. Yeah, God bless you, sir. What I just want to say is that, Mr. Chukwemeka, please don't bother yourself. I think you understand. People should not attach any salt whatsoever to whatever Fayose is saying, because that is part of what you are paid to do by Wike to discredit Governor Makinde, to cause confusion, because he knows that by the time he says that, there will be uproar, there will be discomfort within Ibadan indigene, within the between Olubadan and the governor camp and what have you. So what I'm saying is that people should not attach any importance, any salt, any relevance at all with whatever.
So, sir, you think this is political, like on Fayose's
end? My brother,
end?
it is political. It is aimed at tarnishing the image of the governor, creating confusion in Ibadan. I think you understand. And yes, pitch the governor against the
monarch
and the Ibadan indigenes. I think you understand.
Absolutely.
You know how he supported and underfunded the circular road crisis when he blew it out of proportion. It was the wisdom of the governor, by the grace of God, that sorted. So I'm not a spokesperson of Governor Seyi Makinde, but I'm an Ibadan indigene, and I know that there is nothing like that there's no rift at all between Olubadan. Olubadan is Governor Seyi Makinde's father. Forget about the hierarchy, maybe governor. Olubadan is Governor Seyi Makinde's father. So on the basis of what we concentrate, so Fayose should just concentrate in the Ekiti state and continue to cause the confusion it's causing.
Thank you very much for your call, sir. Thank you very much.
Let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
My good friend,
please go on.
My good friend, Mr. Salami, has taken words out of my mouth. I wanted to tell you that we should not, okay.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Benga talking from Akata.
Okay, Benga from Akata. You have the floor.
Yeah, I think we should not mind Seyi Makinde, just like the last caller said.
Seyi Makinde,
Fayose.
Fayose. You see, he's trying to gain relevance, and he has forgotten the fact that nobody could ever recollect that he was a former governor. He's just an ordinary citizen like every one of us. So Fayose is trying to gain a relevance in the country, and we should all know that even in his state, he's not even recognized in the Ekiti state politics. Fayose is nothing zero. It's nothing to be relevant. It's not even relevant. So he wanted to create chaos in Ibadan. Recollect what he said about the 30 billion issue a while ago. when he was alleging Governor Matide. Recall what he did concerning PDP. When he was just running his mouth concerning PDP issue, he was just trying to be relevant, and people just debunk whatever Pharisee says. Whatever Pharisee says is not be taken very, very serious. Pharisee is just trying to, just fighting for survival. God bless your state. God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much for your call, sir.
I thank my good friends, Mr. Salami and Abega Mario. I was about to tell you before a call came from Mr. Salami that Fayose should not be taken serious. Ignore him. You understand? I didn't want to comment. Just ignore him. We know his antecedent. We know what he is up to. You know, and you know the kind of value he creates around himself. So he's not somebody. I know what we all know the game he's trying to play in Oyo State. You understand? Like you rightly said, like Salami said, the monarch Olubadan of Ibadan is a gentleman and a father. Sheyi Makinde is a gentleman also, and I don't think there's any rift between them. I don't think so. So let not the likes of Fayose create anyone. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chukwuemeka Munachisom. Thank you very much for your contribution today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I would like to thank everybody who has been a part of the show too for calling in. Unfortunately, we cannot take any comments on Facebook for now. We are absolutely out of time. I actually even lost track of time. So that is all we can take for now on Perspective Unlimited today. Do join us again tomorrow, same time, same dial on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. My name is Kunle Olowu. Thank you very much. God bless you.